Hello viewers, and welcome to this YouTube video. A little over 3 years ago, on April 18th and 19th of 2020, the most devastating mass shooting in Canadian history rocked our nation. Families were shattered, and communities left in tatters. Now, almost 3 years later, the province of Nova Scotia finds itself at a crossroads. Justice Minister Brad Johns held a press conference on May 4th of 2023 to announce Justice Department initiatives in relation to the Mass Casualty Commission, or MCC, a group which had been convened by the provincial government to explore the circumstances which gave rise to the tragedy, and to recommend measures to prevent such an atrocity from ever occurring again on Canadian soil. In the report issued by the MCC at the end of April, it was recommended that by May 31st, the federal and provincial governments both establish and fund an implementation and mutual accountability body, an oversight committee, which would be responsible for implementing all 130 recommendations outlined in the report. This committee was to be comprised of a founding chair and champion, with members of the committee established by no later than September 1st. When asked by reporters if the government could commit to the May 31st deadline, Justice Minister Brad Johns expressed optimism, but said he was not yet prepared to make any such commitment. He did say that he was comfortable with the September 1st deadline. Nevertheless, Scott McLeod, whose brother Sean was tragically taken away from us on April 18th and 19th of that devastating year, expressed the hope that the May 31st deadline could indeed be met. In addition, it was also announced that this weekend, on both Saturday, May 7th and Wednesday, May 10th, mobile health and wellness teams would be traveling to the towns of Bass River and Wentworth respectively, to provide much-needed mental health services for those affected by the mass shooting. These services are part of an $18 million investment by both the federal and provincial governments. Of course, the tragedy which occurred on April 18th and 19th of 2020 left staggering emotional and physical scars that stretch further than our province's borders. But these initiatives, and measures that will no doubt come later, are nevertheless a much-needed start to serving justice to those affected, and establishing safety measures to prevent such a tragedy from ever driving Canada apart again. To conclude, we encourage you to visit the provincial government's community support webpage for more information on the health and wellness teams and the stunningly brave individuals affected by these events. We must not forget the devastating impact this event has had on our nation and all its citizens, but we must also remember to walk hand in hand towards a future in which all Canadians can enjoy safety, security, and justice. This has been your YouTube video update on the Mass Casualty Commission's recommendations and the province of Nova Scotia's efforts to provide for those affected by the mass shooting. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you next time.